Okay, had a little technical difficulty there. I found it better to bring this diagram back into the picture here. Alright, and we'll just drawing tool. We want to figure out what, I don't know why that moved over. What, have we got the drawings here? So we're going to start in this root here. We have this root position here, okay? We want to draw a root position right here. And I got the proper chart now to find out what are these, what are these, and this is from the pattern stack now. So it's very important. We can nail this down. You know, we can learn it today. This is the root position, which is a G position. See the GR right here? GR, it's a root position in our arpeggio. Take our arpeggio up to first inversion, okay, from here, bum, 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 and then now we go da-na-na, da-na-na. All right, where did that go? All right, then we go to this guy. Okay, now let me just do something here. Let's just go to that second inversion and focus on it. What's that going to be? All right. Well, we have an A minor here. Okay, in this G position here, we're looking to identify what this is. It's got on the let's say the bar, the G bar. Okay, from the sixth. All right, now E is the sixth of what? E is the sixth of D, right? In the key of D, you know, that would be what that is. But from here, I'll look at the sixth as A in the key of C, right? So this is our G shape. Like that. Alright, so these are actually part of the first inversion is part of that G shape. Because I see no other way, because we're looking at root 5, 3. We're not looking at the fourth. Okay, the fourth is a C-shaped chord, which is 4, 6, and root. So here it is. It's that C shape up here, which is part of that particular cage. All right, but it's treating C as the fourth of G. Okay, so the second inversion is pretty much in that G cage also. It certainly looks like it's part of, if we take this up to octave here, if we take the second inversion up to octave there, so starting root, now, okay, from that root, if we go up to that third again, it's going to be warped over. As you can see, that's why it's straight up. But this is cage theory now, so we deal with it as it is. It's read it off the chart. This is not a pattern stack chart. That's why we can assign it a caged shape like that. So it actually is an A there. I see an A, but this is the second inversion. So that's not. We have to stick to the third being on the bottom. You can't, you know what I'm saying? This is not, this third is necessary for first inversion, and it is not part of the A. Here's the A root thing right here. Here's the A box over here. All right, and it covers all three of these. And by the way, you know, in any of the cage boxes, every one of these major 1, 4, 5 pentatonics is going to have a relative minor that is in that box, within that scale. within that diatonic scale. Put them all three together, you get that diatonic scale. So it looks like our first inversion is well, it's pretty much stuck in that G position. You know, so that's interesting. For now, we're just going to call it like part of that G cage. Now, when you go to second inversion, okay, let me see. Can I get this off? Yeah. All right, so here's first inversion, and then we go to second inversion. All right, but this is warped over. So obviously, it's also part of that cage, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it's also part of that cage. We can do it all in one cage. Now that's very interesting. Now, that's interesting. Here's root, here's first inversion, and here's second inversion. It's all part of the same cage. You know, so we've got it easy now. That's not always. I don't think. I know that's not going to be the same case. We'll find places where we want to start. You know, we'll see part of a, like, see this 5 right here. This is, you know, this is part of a first inversion arpeggio, like that. Okay, down and now, and then third, 5, root, like that. And that definitely starts in the next cage over. So, you know, that in the key of C, that would be the third there. I don't know which cage that is. It's the D cage, because you look at it by which root it is. Okay, when you say, what cage is this? This is the G cage, because that's where the root is in that cage. Okay, this is the D cage, because that's the D shape. You know, that's what that cage is. This is the 4th and the 5th of that. All right, so we're not doing too bad. Let's move along. Okay, we're back. We got a couple of minutes left, few minutes left on this segment. They're 10-minute segments. And it was going slow yesterday, believe me. I can talk for an hour on this stuff. Matter of fact, my biggest concern when I made my tapes in the 90s, which were just like attitude, you know, tape, higher power tapes, you know, was how much tape I had left. That's not the problem right now. The problem is, can we get somewhere without getting, you know, without me getting fatigued or something, so I get a little confused. And it's easy, so let's try to stay honest. So we have our, you know, and try not to get into too much razzle-dazzle, you know, because it's, once you start playing, it's easy to get into different theoretical subjects in your mind, and, you know, then it can get difficult, because if you're not actually playing it or looking at it, it can get a little jumbled, you know. It's just like projection. So I can do that, you know, when I'm trying to get some sleep in the middle of the night. I might start going through this stuff in my head, but it still takes me a long time to keep verifying that note is here and this note is there and whatnot. So we have our arpeggios here. All right. Now, how are we going to do this? Okay, so this is from yesterday. And one thing I want to use this diagram for a minute before we get to today's is, you look at this CEG and GEC. They're just the same thing, but jumbled, because this progression goes 5, 4, 1, and this is 1, 4, 5. Now the 4 is an E shaped. That's fine. That's not what I want to say. What I want to say is, in this box we have 3 minors. We have the E minor, the D minor, and the 6th is the A minor. And everybody knows the A minor is right there. That's the 6th in your C chord, okay? In this case, the C is the root. And there are the other 2 minors are also in there. E minor and D minor is there. 2, 6, 4. All right, with the 4th on the bar there when you're playing that 4. So we'll talk about that in a second.